we've spoken in the past about conflict over the years. How does this rate in terms of how you think the financial fallout will be, and do you think it's enough to pressure Putin into at least halting some of the violence and aggression?
Okay, sanctions against Russia's central banks are both remarkable and very powerful, Roger Altman here. Okay, so I'm going to talk about, on the table, brother, for what this really is in terms of the teams and your structures of military units. Ours, theirs, or anybody's. Who's in it? And obviously, somebody's going to kick Ukrainian blood in the oil, messes up the carburetor, and leg bone connected to the knee bone there, and the triage center for the few good men you got. Adjusting that over to training differentials, the mechanic shop, all that in there. Kids doing maybe that field trip, pie chart, how many cookies you got or whatever. Figure out some lunch commissary.
I'll call them sanctions currencies.
But in the end of it, it's just a crypto base here. When somebody gets off of that farm for what that rotation looks like inside of it, you go back to adjustment. I play the Fox team, I play the CNBC team, I play the GOC, 6,000 if he didn't show up this morning for 5,000 job right in the area operations.
That's one of the reasons.
The sanctions against those ideas work like a contract to an MOS for the conscientious observer for Dawson over there, or the cosmonaut, salty astronaut, Navy SEAL guy. It's not a job, but it's a job. It's congruent. It has differentialed inside of the pie charts, and cross multiply, or however that base is through when you kind of look at it and go, well, here's some landscaping to be done, high quality problem, landscaping while we're at it too. In terms of being able to pull a cost, the tank, it's like a loan, right? It's a bond between tanks and their gas, regardless of what the fluff for the corn factory is. Right, that bears everybody. We've been having it on the list today about all of them.
The world's the 12th largest in the world, and it's frail.
You could do the skull order of the herd and stuff like that to the Pawnee, and you catch one in the knee.
And these sanctions.
It's usually the Achilles heel at the 9th Legion running through because the cat house isn't squared away and they burn it down.
It will be hard to.
Some cavalry.
The fall in the ruble means that every Russian
again, I could take a Washington quarter. I'm sure I got one around here somewhere, and just chisel it in with my monkey paw, because I only had one. That'd be the first thing. This one, hand it back to me when you're done. This is it, and then this is this one, and this will be very specific leisure about numbers and systems and who had what in the wrong position. The DDoS here,
lined up to try to access ATMs.
Soft linear distribution theory, QTF2.
Certain global credit cards will work for Russian citizens.
There's a way to get there and kind of, okay, so who do I got as the team? What is their main mission in QDF? Or like quantum field or quantum chromodynamics, right? I'm looking at the overhead of the city. I'm trying to play out the number of population ratios of a training manual inside of the system. I got to be and they do the very same thing, and I have two trains, right? One's going 25 miles an hour, one's going 40 miles an hour. If that was just N and X based on some stuff, right now, that case to whose information at the table, super critical. Super critical. And then you get some kids at 18 not doing the thing, not having the thing, not making enough money, operations and Unix getting out off of their spin, because not only state the globular function, what we call the dollar for the L bracket in that. So Ukraine, America, Russia, their standard budget model, and what's it doing? And if it's not broken down to some physical limits, because that's going to become the autonomous program. It's like GPT-3, part of the computer chip here for the saws. Like use the bar, get it in there.
The currency collapse.
And we can get a lot of those different weird equations that come up where you have to flip the equation, because you can't put 6 into 4 here. But you can put 4 into 6, based on the whole number.
We've also noticed again, markets-wise.
And that's two people moving in a different direction, but still having a gravity gear where I just be like, okay, now that that's done, there's a set to it. First day in the middle, Master Mason, get them hung up, and that's your first, second, third degree burn. Get out there very developed, 33, 32, but he's got some pressure on him. Maybe he's missing some numbers before that thing just straight up mountain face. You're chiseling it. Back to that coin. That team, out there, we make money, hammer, rock.
What can they do in the next 5 or 10 years without any kind of real access?
Well, I don't know about the next 5 or 10 years, because I think this is going to play out much quicker than that. But
forget it. The job too dangerous for you. Leave. You can't give me that OSHA shit for equality inside here when there's a shadow problem.
The global risk
that is this gear work. Now they did. There's in fact, the last what we're actually looking at here is an offset on that. But what is the question is a very good opportunity to look at really what's going on with the team. Now I can't tell you beyond the Mikowski in space or whatever. It's like, look, when the whole herd gets together here, Bill Gates, Como,